Have here a Polish built M1944 carbine, which is basically a Nagant carbine or rifle. It was a style that they developed in World War II. And this one here, if you look, try to get that on there. I don't know if you can see it or not. It's got a circle 11 on there, which means it's made at the Radom factory in Poland. This one was made in 1952. And it's the M44. The M44 was manufactured by the Soviet bloc countries. After the war, the Russians transferred a lot of the tooling to these different countries to make these older style guns, while they basically back in Russia they concentrated on the production of the AK-47 and the newer weapons. These obsolete weapons were given or were manufactured until the early 60s by Poland, Bulgaria, Hungary, and that. And you used to find these. The Chinese also made a copy of this. I owned a rifle, you know, like this. It was because back in the 80s, the Chinese were given trade status, so they imported a ton of guns. That's where all your SKS rifles, these old M44 carbines came in. And I had one that was brand new with the bluing in it. It had one big ding in the stock where it was thrown into a dumpster or something as scrap metal. And they were reasonably priced. I think I paid $65 for the gun. It was like in mint condition. And, you know, they had a ton of them there. These Polish ones were hard to find. Back then, in Grenada, they captured a bunch of these guns in mint condition. And the invasion of Grenada, they did allow some units to take captured weapons, and of course you couldn't take automatic weapons, but these old style guns were taken, and they used to turn up at gun shows because communism still in the late 80s was going strong in Europe, even though the Chinese were importing a whole bunch of stuff. The other countries, they still didn't do that, and it was difficult to find these. And I seen these with the capture papers and the documents back in the 80s that were in mint condition and went for quite a few dollars. It was pretty expensive. It was an unusual thing to have. And of course we have the folding bayonet that goes on here. It snaps out like that. It's spike bayonet. Kind of like an SKS style bayonet, but this one's mounted on the side. I think that's where they made these, and they made the SKS with the folding bayonet. Was something the Russians wanted to go into. And of course this one here has been customized. It has names carved in the stock in several places. I'm not sure what it is, if it's a girl's name or if the guy, that's what he called his gun. Menta or something. And then there's some carvings here. Whatever. A lot of the soldiers in Europe used to carve their name into the guns, so they know it's theirs and that. And you'll find surplus guns that were ex-issue guns like this. And I took it out. What happened is a very strange story about this. They came and sold a bunch of these. Somebody brought a whole pile of these to the local American Legion. And of course, when you got old veterans that have been drinking beer all afternoon, it's pretty easy to convince them to sell just about anything. I'm getting a battery alarm. Hold on a minute. Well, anyway, back to the story. Somebody came down with a bunch of these years ago. I don't think I was living down here when he did. And the guy sold these guns, I don't know, a bunch of them to different people, members of that club. And several of the guys had them, and I did a job for a guy, and he owed me some money, and he said, well, I got this other gun that I bought, and I really don't want to, I ain't going to shoot it. You know, anybody want it? I said, would you? He said, I paid $50 for it. And I said, well, then I'll just take $50 out of the money you owe me, or off the amount you owe me, and give me the rifle. So when he gave it to me like this, in this condition, I'm like, oh boy, here we go. You know, I thought they were in nicer shape like the one I had. But I'm looking at this, it's, you know, it's in good shape, it's matching and everything, but stock carbed and that. And I said, man, well, but the bore's good. The bore wasn't rusted. Somebody didn't shoot corrosive ammo in it and you know, let the bore rot out on it. So I said, all right, I'll take it and give it a try, and I'm going to have where I shot it. The one thing I never liked about the M44 carbines is the muzzle flash and the blast in there, and you'll see it in the videos where I shoot it. And also one thing, I'll show you the target results, and what I'm using is surplus ammo. It's that plain old stuff that's available now. It's silver tip ammo. I'm not sure if this is a light ball. I don't think this is a heavier one, but this is the stuff everybody's selling everywhere at the gun shows and online. And I got a couple tins of it I picked up for my other Nagant rifle. I got one of the Russian rifles. I don't know if I made a video on that or not yet. But this is the ammo I'm shooting. So when you see the results and the target results in the rest of this video, that's what I'm using. Nothing special, nothing hand-loaded, just military surplus. So it's one of my interesting guns. I got to go out and shoot yesterday before the weather turned bad on me. Now I'm housebound and I'm going to organize my videos and try to get some more posted. So that's your Polish M44 carbine. Alright, we got our Polish M44 carbine. Weather's getting kind of nasty, so I'm going to just pop a few rounds off, see what it does at the 50-yard range. I'm not going to go down to 100 yards. I just got this thing the other day. I want to just give it a try. And as I remember, these things hell when you shoot them. So let's give it a whirl. Using silver tip ammunition. Well, it looks like I loaded the clip in backwards, so I have to fix that. Thrill a minute. Let's go down and see what it did. Well, it recoils like a bastard, and there's a muzzle flash and scares the hell out of everybody on the rest of the range, but 50 yards, that ain't a bad group. 1, 2, 3, 4, and one flyer out here. I'll try to put some on the red, and I'll get a close-up of that muzzle blast for you in the rest of this video. I'm going to try to give you a shot of a little muzzle blast action. online or read on a forum that if you order one of these, you're supposed to have the bayonet in a fixed position. Changes the point of impact. So we'll find out. We'll see. Well, that there I shot one time, and then this group here, I believe I just shot that with the bayonet extended. It's pretty weird. Well, when I get some more time in that, we'll take it out to the range and get set up when we got the time to test this out and test this theory out. But that is a killer group. Okay, until next time.